Hi, everyone, and welcome to a new episode of our We Listen session for our No Knees to Worry. This is Adam Zhang.
And this is Austin. Here we listen to stories and draw inspiration from people who overcome knee injuries, getting advice straight from them.
Today, we're joined by a guest from our Shanghai community, Ms. G. Welcome, Ms. G. Would you like to introduce yourself to everyone? And also, what specific knee injury did you have during 2023?
Um, Hi everyone. I am Giovanni. Everybody knows me as Miss G. I work in international school as a physics teacher, and I also coach basketball high school. Um, my knee injury happened due to football, soccer, and I had a total reconstruction of my MCL, cartilage, and meniscus. Right, right knee. Yeah.
Hey Miss G, do you still remember me from the basketball camp around like 7 or 8 years ago? I've
Yeah,
actually
now
got
you
a
can.
I've actually got a picture here. I'm gonna send it into the chat.
Yes, please
Me
do.
like winning a free throw competition champ award at that time. I was at the Yao summer camp.
Yeah, also my camp.
And we've also actually played a friendly game against your team earlier this year. Uh, our school is called HUIS, and I believe
Oh,
we just lost by 2 points at that game. And here's another picture of a
oh, I
group
remember
photo
the
of us,
school.
and I'm the one standing in the middle wearing jersey number 4. Yeah,
Just drop me those picture later on. I'm gonna check them out. That's so sweet. I mean, time flies, and as you can tell, I've coached a lot of kids in Shanghai, and I might not remember the face, or I might not remember the name, but there's something specific when I see a player. I'm like, I think I've coached you somewhere, somehow. And I know there were two Austin. The other one, it's at QBD. He used to be at QBD. He graduated. Then there was you. So Sean told me about
cool.
it.
All right.
Okay,
So now we'll jump straight into our interview questions.
sure.
Let's go, Adam.
Yep. So, starting us off, our first question. Do you remember what exactly happened that led to your injury? MCL tears often occur from a direct blow to the outer side of the knee. Was your situation similar?
Okay, I think I do remember exactly what happened. So we were playing, it was a football game, and I was trying to control the ball with my foot, putting that way in an horizontal line. And the girl came and she hit the ball vertically. So we created like a cross. So as the cross happened, the referee saw it and I felt a shock to my knee and the game kept going, but the ref came and checked and asked, is everything okay? And I'm like, I think it should be fine. But while I was playing under the adrenaline, I did not feel any pain somehow. So during the timeout, I went and I put my knee brace on and I kept playing. So my knee was already damaged, but I just kept playing because I couldn't feel anything. I was under the adrenaline. So when the game ended, I had scheduled to go play a basketball game right after soccer. So I tell my friend, oh, I'm gonna go play basketball. And they're like, no, you can't. You need, and I'm like, oh no, it's fine. I feel nothing. So as we take a car, we get home, and then I change my mind. I'm like, you know what? Now I won't be playing. And my friend and I, we went to eat straight after shower. As we eat, and I had one glass of drink, an alcohol drink. And as we stand up, my knee starts shaking on the opposite side instead of walking straight. So
Oh,
that's when we kind of realized that actually I think I need to go to the hospital. So we went to Jiahui and we went to emergency. So the doctor did the CT and then he came and he gave me a news like, your knee is damaged, but he said it in a more adult way. I can't swear, but it said it in that way. And I was like, well, that's a good way to give news, but okay. And I'm like, what do you mean my knee's damaged? And he tells me, you messed it up. Like, you did mess it up. So our schedule is like there's no other way to fix it besides the surgery. But anyway, you can go get a second opinion because that's what they tell you. So the following day, I had to go to work. I went to work on wheelchair. And mind you, I was still in the PE department at that time. So imagine being a PE teacher and walking on the wheelchair. So after that, the following day, because the incident happened on Sunday, on Tuesday, on Monday, I went and I spoke to HR and they said, no, you need to get a surgery as soon as possible. So the school support and pushing the application. Because the first doctor told me that they can put a knee brace for my knee, just put my knee on a plast for a month. And I was like, can we just be realistic? How am I going to walk around with a knee straight that way? It's ridiculous. It just don't work. It's like, oh, you could let it eat by itself, or you could just seek for another doctor. So I looked for another doctor on the same day. I saw Dr. Pons, and he just told me, now you need a surgery. After doing the MRI, they say your ligaments, your MCLs are completely ripped, and your cartilage is damaged, your meniscus is damaged. We're gonna have to scrap everything off, and we're gonna have to put some implants inside and let it set in. Then on Tuesday, I got an approval that I'm good for surgery, and on Thursday, I got the surgery. 2 weeks off at home. That was about it. And then after 2 weeks, I got the breast removed, and wow, I think that was pretty much it. Everything is just being a long journey to be able to even walk, but it's okay.
Thank you, Ms. G. And you
Thanks.
basically already answered our second question, part of our second question already. So I'm just gonna read the next question, and you're gonna answer the last part, okay? So when did you find out you needed surgery to reconstruct your MCL, cartilage, and meniscus?
That's
What was
already
your,
answered.
yeah, that's answered. What was your reaction upon hearing that? Were you afraid, or did you feel confident about overcoming it?
Uh, I wasn't afraid, but I was a little bit annoyed because I was like, so you're gonna open my body and I'm gonna have to stay still. I won't be active for a while. Like that was my main concern, the fact that I won't be doing any sport. So I was a little bit pissed. And hearing about surgery wasn't the first time because previously I heard on my left knee that I need to get a surgery for my meniscus tear, but I didn't follow through. What I did is pretty much I changed my diet, I completely shift, and it healed alone. But for that one, I knew I needed a surgery because my knee wasn't working straight forward, it was working left to right. So it was just being annoyed that I won't be doing sport for a long time. And the doctor's diagnosis was pretty much, oh, you could potentially play back again after, I don't know, a year, 9 months, if everything is fine, because you have to do physio and everything, and you need to be cleared out. And yeah, but that was just being annoyed that I can't do any sport. That was it.
Yeah, cool. All right. Next question. Facing such an significant injury and a long recovery, how did you maintain a positive mindset throughout the process? Were there any specific methods or thoughts that help you stay motivated on tough days?
If I have to be realistic, being positive mindset here, it's quite hard to say, especially when you have been an athlete for a long time. So I would literally wake up, fall into tears simply because in the middle of the night I can't move my leg and I'm relieved from anything that I can do. So just kind of piss me off, and because I'm frustrated, so I start crying. And it was challenging because I felt like I needed to pour more into me instead of giving out to people. So I started being frustrated to the fact that I'm in this situation. I feel like I'm by myself, nobody's helping out. And to be positive about it, it was just making fun of it, calling myself a robo leg, making fun of myself before. I don't know, it was quite hard because you walk in the school and you have kids who are a little bit like trying to cheer you up and they try to mimic how you walk. And it's a little bit frustrating, but you have to take the positive out of it and be like, I can't believe you literally mimicking how I'm walking and calling me a robot leg. So I would just walk like that. And I had a brace on my leg for I think for 3 months, I had a brace on my leg. And walking in the city pretty much, it was challenging because people would be looking at you and wondering what happened, and having to answer that question over and over was irritating. So there was nothing positive about it. But when I went to the hospital and the doctor took the brace and the stitches off, so any time I went at the hospital, that was the only time I was positive. I was able to walk. The doctor was telling me, okay, you're doing much better than what I expected. Your recovery is actually a bit faster than what we're expecting and stuff like that. So those were the only thing trying to keep me positive. But beside that, um, until I was able to walk properly and run, I wasn't positive at all.
Find it.
Cool.
We got like a similar answer last time with our previous athlete we interviewed. It was like very saying, kind of very interesting.
Can't be
You know?
positive about it. It's very
Yeah.
hard. The
Yeah.
only time you become positive about it, it's when you're able to run, and which is quite funny since I had this surgery and since I was able to walk, run. Running is my favorite thing. So what I just tell myself, I'm gonna use that money as much as possible. I have a healthy knee. I better just waste it again with running, and then see what come out of it. But yeah, I'm making up all the time that I couldn't walk by running.
Okay, moving on. You have already mentioned about the Jiahui Medical Center.
Yeah.
I've actually been there too with an intestinal surgery before. I was living there for almost a month in that hospital. And could you like share some of your experience over there? And are there any memorable stories between you and your chief physicians? And how did
Oh,
they
oh yeah.
help you out through the process? You sort of answered that already.
Jao is like my second house hospital. I think the nurse knows me. Everyone pretty much. I have a lot of people when I walk in, they kind of know I was there. I was there when I had COVID, and I was there when I had my surgery, and I was there when I was actually very, very sick. So with my doctor, no, with the COVID first history, doctor who was in charge of looking after me was actually my friend, and she was quite shocked, and I didn't even recognize her. And for Dr. Pons, a very amazing doctor, very positive, fun. So he was my doctor throughout the whole time. And I also met another doctor for my lower back because after having a surgery, it's body overcompensate, and I had a lower back injury that happened. So with that, I went to see a different doctor again, and then it's just a good vibe. I'm gonna say, whenever I'm sick, I'm just going to Jiahui. I'm not going anywhere else anyway. So
I love Jiahui as well. I had like a back injury and I went to Jiahui,
yeah,
and I had my dentist over there as well. I got my
that's Jiahui.
braces off like the last Tuesday from Jiahui.
The
So
way I go
I
to
love Jiahui
Jiahui,
too.
my friends are pretty much like, you will get a membership, a golden card. That there you go, have it. Everything's at Jiahui pretty much for me.
All right, so there is usually a prehab stage before the operation. Uh, did your what is your like daily routine look like during that prehab phase before the injury?
I didn't have any pre-heart phase simply because I was already muscular. My bone density was great. My muscle density was great. So, which is somehow one of the reasons I did recover a little bit faster than what the doctor expected. Though by the time I was able to run and walk, that's not the time that the physio set for me. And I had to jump one step ahead of my physio rehab journey simply because I was able to accomplish those things. And while I was still with the knee brace and the stitches and everything, I was doing exercise in the home. I had like a yoga instructor that would come and just help me with my flexibility. So despite having one leg pretty much not working, I did not try like to just stay still. I would be going to the gym, I work on my upper body, I walk out with my brace on. People will look at me at the gym, I'll just put my headphones on. Like my friend was trying to activate me so that I can keep going to the gym. So I didn't experience a weight gain. That's actually crazy. Didn't experience weight gain throughout my recovery process. And I tried my very best to make sure both knee remain healthy. And I did my physio at Up Clinic Amari, which is a good friend of mine, was also helping me and giving me extra hours of physio, whether it's at the clinic or at home, pretty much like giving me always what to do. So I was trying my very best to be super active. So I did not really experience as bad as I think some of my friends did experience. The pre-wrap didn't happen to me. Post-wrap recovered a bit faster. And yeah.
Yeah, that's a strong athlete. All right, moving on. We're gonna have some questions about you as a foreigner in China. So, as a
Yeah.
foreigner living in China, did you encounter any specific challenges or inconveniences during and after the treatment? It could be anything small.
I would just say after the surgery as a foreigner in China, I don't think because I was not staying at home, I was just living like a normal person. So people seeing you outside with a big knee, because I had like a metallic brace on my full leg, that was quite shocking for them. And they will literally wonder, oh, what happened to you? And I'm like, okay, today is my happy day. I'm gonna tell you what happened to me. I had a surgery. But when I'm on my bad mood, what happened to you, I'll just walk away. Not today. Like that was pretty much it. So as a foreigner with that, that was the only stereotyping thing that I really liked, the look. But in the hospital, everything was fine. I mean, I was going to Jiahui. They used to see foreign people every time. That was not a big deal. And at school as well, nobody would ask me questions. The staff were friendly. The guard was very friendly. People were even helped to push me to walk and push me back. The Didi driver actually was very super friendly as well. Was like they will come and see me with the knee brace. They would just open the door for me and make sure my knee's fine before they start driving, which I did really appreciate. Like I didn't really feel any certain type of way. And I speak Chinese, so makes it easy.
Yeah, so oh, it was my mistake. I think I skipped the question.
Oh,
Like,
no way.
yeah. Let us go back to the rehab part. During your rehabilitation, was there any particular exercise or therapy session that you found especially challenging or that leaves a deep impression on you?
I think the one thing that was challenging with the rehab was the fact that I was not able to do the smallest exercise ever because I am a strong athlete. I've done a lot of different type of sport, even to the point of bodybuilding. So the fact that I was not able to walk with bands on my leg, that would just piss me off. So that was just the whole rehab session was challenging because I was not able to do the smallest thing ever that I could imagine. It was painful. That was frustrating. Yeah.
Cool. Right, moving on. I think you answered this one already. Um, you gave really sophisticated answers, so we're just gonna continue with the questions. Your body, we saw that your body was in excellent shape before the injury. Like,
Yeah.
did the injury and recovery period have a significant impact on your physique?
The the injury did have a physical impact on my physique simply because it did created another injury that was deemed to get another surgery. And I was like, I'm not going under the needle again because with the surgery on my knee, I had one part of my front leg, the tibia front where the bone is, that part is completely numb. And it's simply because maybe when they were stitching me back, they kind of missed a nerve, which is fine. Yeah, that whole front is numb. So they tried to give me some vitamin Bs and stuff like that. I was like, it's not working. It's really not helping. So it doesn't matter what. And if I touch the part where my implants are, I kind of feel like a small electric shock. So they all say, oh, it's fine, it's not a big deal. I'm okay, it's not a big deal. But at the same time, if that was able to happen on my knee, how about if you have to go touch my lumbar 4 and 5 back on my where there are plenty of nerves playing around? So that was the only part where I'm like, okay, I think that kind of affect my body. It's internal, not external. Now, when it comes to external, I'm still active as much as possible. In terms of playing soccer, or I went back playing basketball simply because I missed it. But in terms of playing other sport, it's just for the social. I'm not really looking into it as I really want to act like I'm 17 years old. But I'll be doing some stretching exercises at home. I'm more into flexibility, like listening to my body, get some morning runs. That's just want to wake up and not having a back pain, literally. You don't get it yet, but once you reach 30, you don't want to wake up with a back pain.
Um, uh, Here's a little personal type question. So we know that you have dogs. Oh, I saw that through like the moments. And like
Yeah.
how did you manage to take care of them during the surgery? Are there anything different from like what you have experienced with before? Like especially in
uh,
the early stage, was it like stressful
you won't
caring
be ready for
about
this. You
dogs?
won't be ready for this. Let me tell you what happened. Okay. So I live with my partner, right? So my partner traveled and I had that was still the first or the second, no, it was the third week. So which means they already took the plaster off. I had a knee brace on. So I was left with the dogs for 4 days. After 2 days, I created a poster that I'm giving my dogs away. I just can't do this. I made a poster saying I'm looking for people who could take my dogs away. And I explained, I mentally can't do this. I can barely pour energy into me. And I feel like I'm putting all my frustration on the dogs, and that's not fair. If there's anyone who would like to foster them for a period, and I did this without telling my partner, I just did it. That was the point break. But when my partner came back, it felt more relieved, pretty much. But yeah, I almost gave them up.
So good you haven't.
Yeah, good I didn't. To be fair, good I didn't.
Okay, final question. Looking back through your entire journey from the injury to recovery, what encouraging words or advice would you give or share to others who are currently going through a similar tough time?
Okay. The only piece of advice that I would give is for anyone who went through surgery, sometimes we see it as a step back, but it's actually a bigger step moving forward because from the positive points aside, you have something fixed, and after you recover, it's time for you to use it. The body is meant to, we have million cells, they die and they rebuild themselves. So it's normal. Injuries happen, it's normal. But at the same time, don't let it restrain you or force you to just be inactive because you have an injury. It's just one part of your body, it's not the whole body. You still have your brain, your leg, your hands, or something. I mean, that's mostly for people who are not paralyzed in the back, because once you're paralyzed in the back, that's a different story. But for anyone who have an ankle injury, knee injury, hands injury, walk on the other part and let it just set in. Go with the flow, pretty much.
Really inspiring. All right, Ms. G, that's all the question we have for you today.
All right,
Thanks
thank
for
you,
giving your
both.
thought from the initial injury through the surgery all the way to the challenging rehab. It's been a truly inspiring journey. We genuinely appreciate all the effort and heart you put into sharing this with our community.
You're
Absolutely.
welcome.
We really wanted to thank you so much for being here on our We Listen session and hope to see you again at one of those friendlies.
Hopefully.
Thank
All right,
you,
you
Ms.
take
G.
care.
Yeah.
Bye.
There.
Bye, Adam. Bye.
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 Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you again.